Anthony Harwig here with a Hubbard football player profile. I am joined by senior Ben Wilcox. Ben, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Yep, anytime.
All right, so senior season, what has it been like to kind of just embrace everything and take it in one last time?
It's been a little tough lately, knowing that I only got a couple games left, and even playoffs maybe. So I've just been really trying to take it in, and every Friday, every play, I try to go my hardest because I know I'm not going to get that time back.
This is a Hubbard football team that I think in the offseason, a lot of the quote unquote experts, looked at you guys last year, looked at you lost a guy like TC Caffey from graduation, and we're just asking, like, how are they going to have a life without this guy that was, putting the world on fire? But you guys internally have really just found ways to win. Have you guys felt like there's been a chip on your shoulder and you've had to kind of go out there and almost prove yourselves to other people every time you go out on the field?
Yeah, I felt like we definitely had a little chip on our shoulder, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Because without TC, a lot of people thought they're not going to be able to move the ball or anything like that. So I feel like a lot of people on our offense, especially the whole line, had some chips on their shoulder, and our defense too. I felt like they had a really big chip on our shoulder because I feel like a lot of people thought we lost so many on the defensive side, and I felt like game one and throughout that we've been really aggressive as a defense and been a pretty good defensive unit.
Yeah, this defense is really doing things well. What do you think are some of the keys to the defensive success, and how have you managed to really handle a lot of explosive offenses so far?
I think of a lot of it is with our D line. I think we have a really great D line. People like Nick Bowser really interrupt what quarterbacks, running backs, what teams want to do, and we also have really good linebackers with Mason Hodge and Yanni Asmahalis, who really good tacklers, feel really good, really fast too. They're gonna get you down after 2 yards and tackle for losses. They're just really good guys to have on that defensive side that make it hard for those good offenses to run their plays they want to.
When the defense is playing so well, does it take pressure off you guys on offense to know that you don't have to play a perfect game or score, 35 points? You just have to go out there and find ways to put a couple of drives together and do enough to win the game?
It definitely does. When we have a good defense like we do, and we know we're going to stop those offenses, it definitely lets our offense have some room to relax and know maybe one stop, or if we don't score a touchdown here, that we are going to be okay because our defense is just going to get us the ball right back, and we're going to have many opportunities to score on offense.
You kind of step into a leadership role this year and a senior leadership role, not just statistically, but also mentally, emotionally, and energetically. How has that kind of gone for you? And how do you embrace the leadership and what kind of leadership qualities do you bring to the table?
I think I bring, I wouldn't say aggressive, but a little bit of aggressive. Like when it's game time, I really want everybody to be, focused in, knowing what they got to do to win. Especially during practice, I want everybody doing what they're gonna do for the game, right? Making sure that we're 100% on what we're doing, and especially guiding everybody to help them out. If my teammates doing something wrong, tell them what they could do, or something that they can think to really, help them, and just help out the team the best I can, and really show them and get them focused in.
Who were some guys that showed you how to lead in the early stages of your career and you've kind of leaned on as examples now that you're a leader of this team?
You know, I was in eighth grade, and Lucas Masora was a really good leader his senior year, and I was a ball boy, so I really saw him. And people like TC was a good leader. Tommy Cease last year too was a really good leader for us. Also, Tommy West my freshman year was a good leader. So we had a couple good leaders about every year for us, and seeing what they did, I always got inspired by what they said and what they did. So I really want to take after what they did.
What was the biggest form of advice that you heard in your early years on this team that have helped you out now that you're an upperclassman?
Probably really put in the work, and really, really actually put in that work, because if you don't put in the work, then you're not going to be as good as you think you are. A lot of people from other schools are going to go in there and do their thing in the off season, during the season, all that. And if you're going to do nothing, then you're not getting better.
You have a fantastic coaching staff as well that has helped a lot of a lot of players do a lot of great things. How have they helped you, and what kind of things have you learned under this coaching staff?
I learned a lot of things. They really helped me learn the game of football and really be smart with what I do, whether it's offense or defensive side, and just certain techniques that are really the next level that really help me out in games that I can do and just help us be a better team.
When you look at yourself as a freshman and you compare it to yourself now, what do you think is the biggest growth points that you've had over your career?
I think definitely my knowledge on both sides of the ball. Uh, Being a safety, I gotta call the coverages and all that type of stuff. And thinking freshman year, I didn't really know all that stuff, and now I'm here calling, knowing everything I was supposed to do. And the offensive side, just knowing all the plays. I didn't really know all my plays. The offensive, all my freshman year on the offensive side of the ball, and now I'm telling guys where to line up, who to block, what to do. And so just really my knowledge in the game.
How much work have you really put into mastering that craft and to being able to be where you are now?
I feel like I've put a lot of work. Definitely watched a lot of film and just seeing what other guys have done and try to really make things more simple for myself and others so that we can play faster and just be better.
Out of all the things that you've been able to accomplish in your career, what are you most proud of on the football field?
It's a tough one. Um, there's a lot of things, but on the football field as a team, I would say last year's game against Poland, just the way we rivaled back, down so much at halftime, just was easily one of my greatest games ever that I've played in and been a part of with a team like that.
What were some personal goals you set for yourself this year and that you wanted to achieve before the season ended?
I definitely wanted. I set some goals like 1,000 yard rusher and certain amount of tackles on defense, and I'm definitely getting there. Got a couple more games left to go, and hopefully I do get there, and I think I will.
And you like you said, you have a couple of more games to play. This team has so much still in front of them. What's been the mindset the last couple of weeks and trying to stay focused and really stay sharp against a really tough and eat schedule?
Just really stay focused, stay on our game because these next games are really important to us if we want to make the playoffs and try to at least make a run after week 10. So we really got to stay focused and do what we do and come out aggressive and knowing what we're doing.
After week 3 or week 4, whatever this point was, when you guys really start to realize that you're putting together a pretty special season, what was the mindset like in the locker room, and did it change to be a little bit more aggressive or a little bit more enthusiastic after 3 or 4 weeks when you guys, looked around and realized that, the results were coming out the way you wanted them to?
It was definitely more enthusiastic. Like we knew that we what we had going on, and then we knew that we were a pretty good team, despite everything that was being said and all that. And so we really just kept going with that and doing what we did and getting better every day, every practice.
How are you able to stay confident, on the football field, through any type of adversity that you might have to face?
You know, I just think of what I can do and what I can do best for myself and help each other out, help my teammates out, and tell them what to do and to stay tough, stay strong, stay focused, even if we're down or anything like that.
We know Friday nights are kind of pageantry, and there's a lot of atmosphere to a Friday night, especially in Hubbard. So, what are some of your favorite parts of Friday Night Lights and being able to just be a part of that atmosphere?
Definitely the crowd. We come out of the locker room, we're standing waiting for the band to call us up to go to the sideline. It's definitely the crowd, standing the Eagle and the home crowd, and just seeing everyone excited there to watch us play.
When you're looking in the crowd, is there anyone that you try to look for and spot every night?
I usually don't look for anybody. Sometimes my mom, but nah, I'm so focused in I don't even realize or look.
Have you been kind of taking those moments and that atmosphere in more this year since you're a senior?
Yeah, I definitely have. It's it's definitely been tough, being a senior. So I really just try to take it in best I can.
When you inevitably play your last game with Hubbard, what are going to be some of your best memories with this team and biggest takeaways of being a part of this program?
My best memory is probably just these past 2 seasons with the guys I grew up playing with, my whole life, and just gonna miss that with them. And the biggest takeaway is just work hard for anything in life. You're gonna get to where you want if you work hard.
The end of your football career is not the end of your athletics career. You still have a multiple sport athlete slate. You keep yourself busy. What's it like transitioning between sports for you?
It's definitely a little tough because after that first month of football, you're so tired out from just everything that you just want to rest. But then I play baseball, so it's like I got to get in the gym for baseball and get ready for that because that's just I really after football. That's something I really want to focus on this year.
Which one is your favorite, football or baseball?
Probably football. Just love running around with everybody, all my guys like that. But I still love baseball so much.
What's your favorite thing about being a football player and being able to kind of call yourself a Hubbard Eagle?
Just the brotherhood, really. Being around all my friends that I've known forever, been since kindergarten, played since I was 8, 9 years old. Just being with all them.
What do you think is the biggest form of adversity you've had to face in your career?
Probably last year's polling game at halftime, we were down so much, and definitely the South Range game last year.
And how have you kind of bounced back from that? What kind of things do you do to bounce back from adversity in life?
I really just try to focus on what I can do and really focus in on me and what I'm able to do to fix it and just try to get better. And especially with football, try to help my teammates get better and really get them focused in.
All right. So as we talk about you off the field, we know that you're a football and baseball player. But if you had to think of any other sport that like you kind of look at and say, "Man, I kind of like to throw my hat into that ring," or "I like to kind of try that sport," what sports come to mind?
I used to play basketball, so maybe basketball and golf. I really been golfing a little bit, so maybe those two.
What is one like recreational sport that you like, or backyard sport, I should say? What's your favorite backyard sport?
Definitely basketball. I love just going with my friends playing basketball somewhere. Doesn't even matter if it's just in my driveway. Just it's fun.
How would you kind of rate your basketball skills, especially if it's this one-on-one in a driveway?
Probably like a 7. I'm more of a defender, but here and there I can shoot the three ball a little bit.
When you think about some of the things that you like to do outside of sports, what are some of your hobbies that you have?
I like collecting football, basketball cards too, playing video games, um, just that type of stuff.
What is the like the treasured football or basketball card that you have, like your most proud part of your collection?
I don't know. Probably pretty sure I got Zeke Ohio State jersey card that's pretty nice. I think is my favorite probably.
Is there one out there that you're like looking for, or you're like, man, I really want this card?
Uh, Not really. I mean, I don't know. I'm not like that type of guy. I think old cars look good. Those expensive ones sometimes I'm like, dang, they look nice, but I think old cars look nice, even though they might not be worth anything.
You said it. You're a gamer. What kind of things do you play on the sticks?
I usually play some multiverses, 2K, Madden, MLB,
Uh,
Fortnite, the Call of Duty, those type of games.
when you're playing those sports games, the Madden, MLB, and the 2K, what's like the go-to teams in each of them? Like, what's the go-to team in Madden? What's the go-to team in 2K? And then what's the go-to team in MLB The Show?
Madden, Madden. I like the Bills. I like the Bills and Madden. Just something about them. I really like them. 2K, 2K probably the Heat. I like Jimmy Butler, so usually I go with the Heat. MLB, MLB's tough. I'd probably go with probably like the Blue Jays. I really like the Blue Jays. They're a pretty good team.
What team do you watch that you get the most passionate about when you're watching their games?
Definitely the Steelers, Pittsburgh Steelers for sure.
Who is your favorite Pittsburgh Steeler of all time?
Oh, of all time,
Hmm.
probably, probably either like Troy Polamalu or Big Ben, probably.
And we'll bring it back into the high school realm. You go up against a lot of great athletes. Who do you think is the toughest guy you've ever gone up against?
Toughest. Oh, that one's tough. Oh. I don't know. There's a lot. Poland, Jack Fulton for sure.
Hmm.
He's a good athlete. Um, Nick Bengala of Girard. He's really good. He's a good athlete. Billy Skripak. Um, Definitely a lot out there though. There's a lot of good athletes I play.
Is there anyone that you kind of know off the field that you would love to have the opportunity to play with?
Oh yeah, probably Billy Skripak. I know him a little bit. I mean, we're not close. I've talked to him before, but probably him. He's a good quarterback, smart guy.
When you think about some of your greatest things about being a Hubbard Eagle in your mind, I should say, when I ask you what it means to be a Hubbard Eagle, what are some of your answers to that?
Just really being a Hubbard Eagles, you know, being tough, being I don't know how to explain. Just being a guy, I guess you could say.
Before we let you go, I want to give you a chance to shout out your support system and all the people that have been there for you throughout the years.
I like to thank my family, my mom, my dad, all my aunts, cousins. I like to thank my teammates for sure, especially my O line, D line, all of them. Nick Bowser, Ben Cheney, Mason Hodge, Yanni Asmahalis, Mike Bauer, all of them. Great teammates, great guys, and I don't think I'd be where I'm at today without them.
All right, Ben, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the season, and we look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Thank you so much for having me.